With municipal elections just over a week away, there are multiple ways to cast your ballot. But in Toronto, pulling out your smartphone and voting online isn't one of them. Residents here in Burlington have had the option of picking their mayor and councillors online for years. And tonight we're showing you how their online voting system works and if it actually increases voter turnout.
You can vote from anywhere, so that was the reason we introduced it, but it's become a real convenience factor, I think, for a lot of people.
Voters use their voter information notice to register online. Within 24 hours, they'll receive a personal identification number, which they then use to cast their online ballot. How did the landscape change here?
Yeah, I think that gradually over the last 3 elections, our 3rd election, we have gotten an increasingly bigger number of people voting online. It's gotten bigger every time, and right now we've reached the point where the same number of people have voted online now as did in 2014, and we still have 5 days left. So, but increasing voter turnout, they've done studies, and internet voting doesn't really increase voter turnout. I think it just redistributes the votes, voting in a different way.
In Burlington's last municipal election in 2014, Morgan says of those who voted, nearly 20% voted online. Burlington has been offering the option since 2010. Will you be voting in the municipal election this time around?
Absolutely, already have.
And what method did you use to vote?
I chose to do it online. It's simple and effective and safe.
So are you concerned at all about privacy or security when you are voting online?
No, I think it's been tested in a lot of other municipalities.
So do you think for other cities or bigger cities like Toronto that they could adopt this method?
I'm surprised they haven't yet.
I think the more I read or hear about everything, banking, everything, Facebook, nothing's really safe. So that would probably be one reason I would prefer to actually go show your identification in your card.
Would you have any concern at all about security or privacy of online voting in these types of elections?
I think that ultimately that's the way everything's moving forward. It's like I do online shopping, so why would online voting be any different?
Why is it any different? A large portion of the population feels secure using online banking, so online polling seems to make sense. Graham Hurst is a professor of computer science at the University of Toronto. He says it comes down to cost.
Voting online with a PIN feels a lot like doing banking online with a PIN, but banks have put a lot of effort into making sure that their systems are very secure because they've got money to protect, and the large businesses, they can afford the resources to put lots of effort into high security systems, and by now the technology for this is very mature. Online voting systems can use much the same technology, but they're not necessarily as well developed, and they're only as good as the people in the organization that's deploying the system.
It does require a lot of resources, and we are able to successfully do it because of the size of our city. I think everybody would have to evaluate how they do voting and the resources they have in order to do it in bigger places.
Now, the City of Burlington says they do a third-party security audit before each election, testing the voting system for weaknesses before going forward. Now, for this municipal election, online voting is also available in several other jurisdictions, including Sarnia, St. Thomas, Stratford, and Cambridge.